All right. Hello, fantastic first graders. We are here on day 4 of this first week after our break. And I hope you had a really fun time playing your bingo game yesterday. And hopefully, some of you beat your grown up or the other person that you played against for our game. Today, we're going to take a look at our calendar and how many days in school to update that. And then we're going to practice a little bit more using that 10 and some more, or transferring that knowledge into using it for 9 and some more. So let's first take a look at our calendar to update it. All right. So we are here on Thursday, January 7th. And so if we take a look at this equation, it says 7 equals blank plus 2. 7 equals blank plus 2. So I want you to think about that right now. We have 7 total. There we go. Let me get my fingers in the thing. We have 7 total. So how many are we adding to these 2? Blank plus 2 will give us 7. Go ahead and show me with your fingers what the answer is. 5. Excellent. So we are adding 5 more to get our answer for 7 is the same as 5 plus 2. All right, so let's take a look at how many days we have been in school, and hopefully this won't get stuck like last time. All right, so we were at 82 days yesterday. And so now we are going to be at 83 days. You got it. So we are at 83 days. Let's count by tens first, and then we'll add our ones on. We have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 81, 82, 83. So when we write that, we're going to go ahead and write that we have our 8 groups of 10, and we have our 3 left over, our 3 ones next. 8 groups of 10 and our 3 ones. Okay, so like I said before, I can add 10 and some more, I can add 9 and some more, and you will know that you are successful when you complete the problems during small group. So for today, you will want your board and marker to work a little bit with me right now, but then you'll also want to bring that board and marker with you to small group because we'll be practicing a few more of these equations. So if you don't have your board and marker close by, I want you to pause the video and go grab it so you can work with me. All right, so you should already have your board and marker and you are ready to practice. Now you all remember our number racks here. You brought your number racks home with you. So if you'd like to get those out, you can, but I think you can just look at this big one right now as we are doing it, and that might help you solve the problem. You may want to bring that number rack with you to small group if you still have it. All right, so if I'm looking here, we've got 10 on the top and 10 on the bottom. And so when we are adding 10 and some more, we're going to go ahead and push this whole group over. There's our 10. And then we'll add some more on the bottom. So let's think about this word problem here. It says a penguin ate 10 fish. So we have our 10 right there. And 5 minutes later, he ate 3 more. On your board, show me how many fish did that penguin eat all together. You may use the number rack to help you, or some of you might already know what 10 and 3 more is. All right, 1, 2, 3, let me see. 13. So there were 13 fish that penguin ate. We have our one group of 10. That That's shown right here. And then we have our 3 left over. And that is shown right here. 13. All right, let's take a look at our next one. I'm going to keep my 10 up there. All right, our next one says, on Sunday, Penny the penguin ate 10 fish for breakfast, and then she had 6 more for lunch. 10 for breakfast, and I'm going to slide 6 more over for lunch. How many fish did she eat? Show me the answer on your board. Okay, so I'm noticing that some of you are going 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That's one way to do it. Some of you know that 10 plus 6 more is going to give us that 16 because we have one group of 10 there and we have our 6 left over. That shows me that 16. All right. Now, what if I said Billy ate 9 fish for breakfast and then he had 5 more for lunch? 9 for breakfast and 5 more for lunch. Well, there's a couple different ways you could solve that. Some of you are going to do 9 plus 5. And that is totally fine. You might count your 9 and then count 5 more onto that. 9 plus 5. But there's another way that you can solve that problem. You can solve it using your 10 and some more strategy. So you might say, well, if I take 1 away from the bottom here, and I trade that with 1 from the top, now I have 10 plus 4 more. So I didn't just take 1 from the top. He didn't go back in the water and eat an extra fish. I had to give 1 away from the bottom and add 1 then from the top. So I still use the same amount of beads in this, or of fish is what we're using for our story problem. But 10 and 4 more might be easier for you to do in your head than 9 plus 5. Because 10 and 4 more is one group of 10 and 4 left over, 14. 9 plus 5, well, I can put 9 in my head, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I still get the same answer, but the strategy I use of 10 and some more is a little bit faster than the strategy I might use doing 9 plus 5. So let's do a couple other practice ones with our 9s. Whoops. Move that over. All right, so if I said there were 9 fish that were eaten first, and then there were 8 more that were eaten later, what is our total number of fish? So 9 and 8 more. Go ahead and solve that problem, and you can solve it by either using your 9 plus 8, or you could trade and say, I'm going to get rid of this one on the bottom here and trade it for one on the top. So we're not losing any. We're just doing a trade. And now I have 10 and 7 more. Go ahead and write your answer. Okay, our answer should be 17. Whether you did it by 9 plus 8 or you did 10 plus 7, both of them give you the same because you have the same total amount of beads. We just put them in different places. Instead of having 9 and 8, we said, let me get that one over here to make it 10. And so I'd only be left with 7 on the bottom. But both of them will give you the same answer because you're still using the same amount of beads. Kind of like when we would do our let's make 5, and we could do 2 plus 3 or 1 plus 4. We could do different numbers that still made the answer of 5. We just picked different ones. This still gives us the answer of 17. We just made it easier for our brain to do it by moving one from the bottom to the top. All right, let's try one more. So on your board, we're going to start with 9, and we're going to have 4 more. 9 and 4 more. So we could have 9 plus 4, or you can trade. I'm going to take 1 away from the bottom, and I'm going to trade it for 1 on the top. So now instead of 9 plus 4, I have 10 plus 3. Write your answer down for those equations. 1, 2, 3, let me see. Right, we should have had 13. Both of those equal 13. Here you can see our 10, 11, 12, 13. All right. So today for small group, you will still want to have your board and marker with you. And if you're thinking about it, you might want to bring your number rack as well, because that may help you really kind of see how we're just trading. We're not losing a fish. We're not adding a new fish. We're just trading where our fish are on our number rack to help our brain solve the equation better. Some of you already practiced that when you played the game yesterday. So for small group, I want you to have your board and marker, and you might want to have your number rack close by so we can use it when we are practicing together. All right, have a great afternoon. Bye-bye.